LivLoren here. So I am now back from Download Festival, and let me tell you, it was one incredible weekend. I saw so many bands and artists that I thought I'd sort of do a little review for you guys so I can share my thoughts and feelings of each one of them. Also, if you want to check out what I did, make sure you watch my vlog. I'll leave a link to it down below, so let's get started. So let's start with Friday. The very first band that I saw was All That Remains. They were actually the very first band to go on this year at Download Festival. I have heard of them before, but I never actually listened to their music, so I thought I'd give them a chance. Music-wise, it was great. They put on a great show and had a ton of energy, but to be honest, they weren't my favorite. They were just okay. The next band I saw was Crocodile. I have seen them before, and let me tell you, they are amazing. The lead singer has so much energy. He's running around the stage, jumping into the crowd, singing with fans. His energy just makes the show exciting. Plus, the music was really good as well. I was so impressed. Overall, it was a great set. Next, I saw At the Gates for, I'd say, about a total of half a song. It was so bad I couldn't stay there any longer. The whole thing was just totally off. The drummer couldn't keep up, and neither could the singer. I was just so disappointed. I had heard great things about them, but clearly those people were wrong. It was just so bad. Defeater was next on my schedule for the day, and like All That Remains, I have heard of them before, but I've never really listened to them, so I went just to hear their music. And I was actually really surprised. I went in thinking I'd hear more of a heavier metal sound. It turns out they are a little bit more hardcore, which I really enjoy. The singer can definitely scream, and the music was great too. Also, they were joined on stage by Tulip Shomo from Beartooth Fort Blab. It was a great set. Next up was Beartooth, who I have seen before. Their set at Download was pretty much close to perfect. The band and the crowd had so much energy, it just made the set so much fun. The music itself was great too. If you ever have the chance to see Beartooth, I highly recommend you go. You will not be disappointed. After Beartooth, I went to go see Judas Priest. I honestly was only there for one song, which was Breaking the Law. I'd been randomly singing it all day, so I thought I'd try to get it out of my head. Plus, I was also there to try and get a good spot for Slipknot. I can't lie, they put on a great show. The music was good, and the theatrics were there as well, so there's something to look at. But it wasn't my favorite, but they were still good. And finally, on Friday, I went to go see Slipknot, who I was super excited for. I had been waiting to see them all day. I had heard great things about them. Plus, I am just starting to get into them a little bit more, so I was so excited to see them live. They had a great stage setup. The band was full of energy, running around, and at one point they even got the crowd on their knees and got them to jump up all at once. It was an incredible show. I was not disappointed. Saturday was probably the busiest day for me. Any band that I wanted to see ended up being one after another, so I found myself running from one side of the festival grounds to the other. It was a crazy day, but it was so worth it. The first band I saw on Saturday was Parkway Drive. I have never seen them before, but I've always wanted to, and I am super glad I went because they put on a great show. The singing was amazing, and the music sounded great. There was just so much energy. The band and the crowd was having so much fun, they didn't want it to end. The band had left the stage, the fans asking for more. The only thing wrong with the set though was that it just wasn't long enough. I wish Parkway Drive could have played more. Also, I noticed that the lead singer didn't really know what to do in between songs or when he just didn't need to sing. Next up was Rise Against, who is another band I have been waiting quite some time to see, and honestly this time I was a little bit disappointed. The music and energy, which is really important to me, was good, but the singing was just a little bit off. Tim couldn't quite keep up and got tired after a little while. It could have just been an off show for him, so I will surely give them another chance, but this set just wasn't good. This was Motionless in White. As soon as I got to the stage, they already had a huge crowd and it kept going. Fans were just so excited. Motionless in White put on an amazing set, just like always. I've seen them before and they're just incredible live. They played mostly new songs off of Reincarnate, but they did play that Motionless in White classic Abigail, which fans love. If you ever have the chance to see Motionless in White, I highly recommend you do. You will not regret it. And then I quickly ran over to go see A Day to Remember. I have seen them so many times before, and I have to be honest with you guys, this was not their best performance. I noticed right away something was off, and it was Jeremy singing. He just couldn't keep up or was getting tired. Things did turn around though when they covered Oasis Champagne Supernova, and things picked up and they ended the set off with a great note. Still though, it wasn't their best performance. After a little break, I went to go see Black Veil Brides, who are currently my second favorite band right now. I have seen them so many times I have lost track, but every time I have seen them, they have put on an amazing show. Their set at Download was much of the same. They played amazing BBB songs like Coffin, In the End, and Faithless. They came on with so much energy and the fans loved it. It was probably the best performance I saw this weekend. Instead of going to go see Muse, I went to go see Marilyn Manson just so I could see if everything I have heard about his performances was true. I've heard he's an absolute mess on stage, can't sing, and does crazy things. Well, he is crazy, he did cut himself on stage, but he wasn't a total mess and he could sing. I'm actually really glad I went. He played some amazing hits and a lot of covers as well. I enjoyed their set just as much as everyone else did. Sunday was next, and it was probably the slowest day for me and also the very last day of download, but I still got to see some amazing bands and artists. First up on Sunday was Scarecrow, who I have talked about before. They're just so much fun. They are a lesser known band, but the tent they played in was packed. It was overflowing of people who just wanted to see them. They came on stage with their costumes, which include makeup and fake blood, and they played their songs about crabs and robots. It sounds crazy, but it's just a fun experience, especially when they get the crowd moving from side to side like a crab and doing their robot dance. I'll leave a link to one of their performances down below so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Their music is great, but their live performances are just so much fun. Then I went to go see We Are Harlot, which is Danny Worsnop's new band. I pretty much went as an Asking Alexandria fan, curious to see the new band he left them for. I went in thinking they were okay, and that's pretty much how I left. The music was good, Danny could sing. He honestly had a little bit more heart into it than he did with Asking Alexandria, but something just didn't do it for me. It was just an okay set. Next up was 3 Days Grace. I had actually gotten to the tent where they were playing early, hoping to get a good spot, but by the time I actually got in, it was packed. Everyone was there to see them and to sing songs they grew up to just like I was. They played old songs like I Hate Everything About You and Animal I Have Become, but they also played some newer songs with their new lead singer. The only thing I have to say was that the set was really short. I wish they could have played more. Finally, to end off Download Festival, I went to go see Lamb of God, and it was probably the best way to end what was already an amazing weekend. If you have seen Lamb of God before, you'd know that they are incredible live, and this was the same. Their set at Download was incredible. Randy was owning his stage, running from side to side, interacting with the crowd. The music as well was fantastic. I can't explain how good they were except for just saying they were amazing. It was honestly and truly the best performance of the Download weekend. So that is my full Download review. It was one incredible weekend. I couldn't imagine it being any better, except maybe for the torrential downpour. I could have done without it, but even with the rain, it was still great. There's so much to do there except for seeing music, plus once you get into the arena, you feel everyone's excitement and you sort of feel like you belong there. It's a great feeling to have. If you ever have the chance to go to Download Festival, then go. You will not regret it. It's just a great experience. Don't forget to visit my website, LivLoren.com, where I post music news daily and also where I post my concert photos and videos. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I make a video every Friday. I'll see you guys next week.